What's up, guys? I just finished up my contractor's cap um, toolbox slash bedslide. It was all constructed out of 11/16 dug fir subfloor. Really not the best choice to use for something like this because splinters out. You can't really sand it. It still splinters. It's strong though. That's why I chose it, and I got a really good deal on the sheets. So that's why I chose it. So I'll start with the drawers down here. This drawer, this is all basically site protection stuff. Drop claws, zip walls, some blue tape, some Swiffer stuff here. Got some vacuum attachments down here. You know, demo tools, because site protection always leads to demo. And then back here, just got some trailer hitches. Very rarely do I tow, but they're always handy to have. And that's a vacuum attachment. Everything's pocket holed and glued together. I waxed the underside of the drawers with some Howard's beeswax stuff, and the inside too, so it slides pretty easy. You know, once it's loaded up, it's kind of hard, but I mean, you could still do it one-handed. This guy, the middle drawer, this has got all the power tools. So basically what this has is my Milwaukee 12 and 18 volt cordless. I got the grinder, multi-tool, staple gun, ratchet or right angle, hacksaw, ratchet, hammer drill. And then I got on this one, I got palm nailer, blower, sawzall, jigsaw, blower attachments. And then this drawer, or compartment I should say, has got some drill bits, sawzall blades, hammer drill bits, sanding discs, multi-tool, grinder attachments, circular saw blades. And this compartment back here, this has got the corded stuff. That's corded rigid worm drive. Every carpenter should have something like that, you know. I mean, it's really the saving grace when it comes to framing. Got to have a corded sawzall because, you know, this thing will only get you so far. I mean, the batteries are good, but if you're doing some serious demo or whatever you'd be doing with a sawzall, you got to have a corded one. And then definitely a corded half-inch drill. That thing's older than I am, and it, man, I tell you what, for being almost 35 years old, it still works pretty damn good. Again, same construction, pocket hold and glued. That's what the carcass is too. It's all pocket hold and glued. This top is screwed down and glued as well. This drawer here, this is just kind of a catch-all drawer for miscellaneous stuff. I got my Cragmaster jig here for doing any kind of basic trim stuff, you know. This will only get you so far in trimming, I guess. I mean, it's good for doing some like door casings, window casings out of some common board. This has got some adapters for extension cords. I got some zip tape, the Krag hardware jig for putting drawer pulls on. These things are pretty sweet. These are some Stanley 2x4 clamps, and basically all they do really is you put a 2x4 in here, and it can be as long as you want. You got a 16-foot long 2x4, you have a 16-foot long clamp. They actually work very well. This is my tool belt. This is just kind of got miscellaneous stuff in it. This is general framing, maybe some exterior finish work. I wear this pretty much every day. And I got some hammers back there. Got the vacuum hose hidden back there too. Again, same idea, pocket hold and glued together. This floating shelf, I needed to have this to put my, this is a workbench I built out of half-inch plywood. It's kind of like the Ron Polk design. It's not really how he did it though. It's kind of just a modular similar to his. It's not really a torsion box, but you can break it down. It's in two pieces right here, joined together by this plate with some dowels. I got this end vise on here for if I got to clamp something to plane it by hand, or just clamp something to hold it. Definitely a very handy thing to have. You know, if you're doing any kind of like assembling of something like cabinetry or whatever, it's nice to have that. Got the extension cords in here. I got way too many of them. I normally only go with 12 gauge or very rarely 14, never 16, because in my line of work, you know, this is probably a 16, but that's just really for chargers and stuff like that. And then behind that, you can't really see it, but I got my miter saw stand, my Ryobi miter saw stand in there. And this slide, the bed slide here, it's heavier than hell. I got the wings for the miter saw stand, so this clamps onto the stand, to the Ryobi clamps here. You set the miter saw in this, and then these wings you screw down onto that, and everything's on the same plane, so you get about 6 feet on each side, so you can pretty much cut 16-foot material without it, you know, having some crazy balance issue. Got the sawhorses here, that's for the table. I got to get another set just for material and whatnot. Got the Gorilla platform bench thing here for, you know, if you're too short, you got to get up to like a 9-foot ceiling, 8-foot ceiling, whatever, for crown or just whatever you need. Cleaning windows, vacuums back here. And this side hatch here of the contractor's cap, it's got just dustpan, got the outfeed to support the wings, because when you're cutting, you know, 2x12, 16 feet long, you're going to have some sagging, you know, so you got to have some extra support. That stand can only hold so much. So I got to get another one for the other side, just to have it, you know, even and whatnot. Dustpan, broom, hand broom, cargo poles, zip poles, whatever you want to call them, for site protection. And yeah, that does it for that side. Over on this side, I got this is kind of just miscellaneous stuff here. Got framing squares, got to have 2 framing squares always. Ratchet straps and other stuff, bungee cords. Drywall tools in this bag. I got my knockdown tool back there for, you know, if you really got to do some crazy drywall stuff. Big square, that's my really heavy framing pouch. That's for, you know, when you're framing, you want to have, you know, climbing around the rafters, you don't want to be wearing this huge tool belt, so it's just a 1-pouch deal, you know, hammer, nail gun if you have the nail gun, screw gun, basically just your basic framing tools, chalk line, denatured alcohol for cleaning, got some gloves, got some naphtha for thinning or cleaning, garbage bags, got the face shield here for like heavy demo with grinding and, you know, using a target saw or whatever. Got the Milwaukee 18-volt floodlight, and then I got this Husky, I think it's like 12,000 lume lamp, I guess you'd call it. It really brights up a room. And then this is just caulking, tape, you know, plumber's dope over there, all that kind of stuff. And the circular saw goes here, my Milwaukee cordless circular saw over there. It didn't have room, and when I built it, I didn't consider the height of that, so it doesn't fit in the drawers, so it just sits here. And then inside the truck, I built this shelf back here, and this has pretty much just stuff I really don't want out in the weather, because that cap's good, but you know, it's not sealed perfectly, so stuff does get a little bit wet. I've never had some serious, like, you know, flooding of it or whatnot. Got knee pads in here, got a little tool belt here. This is for fine trim work. I just throw 2 of these clip-on pouches on, and that's pretty much good. Got the super glue for doing like crown molding returns or baseboard returns and shoe mold, whatnot. This is an old Craftsman toolbox. It's got just miscellaneous tools. You know, if it's something you gotta just grab and go, if you're not, you know, in your truck, that's got pretty much one of everything in there. It's heavier than hell. Got some jigs in there set up. Built these drawers. This houses like nails, razor blades, just stuff you need, you know, right off the bat. Some glues back there, markers. This has got, you know, PPE in it. I got gloves, dust mask, hearing protection, pencil sharpener, pens, booties. This drawer is just more hand tool stuff. You know, I got mallets, chisels, pliers, pipe wrenches, snips in there. All just slides in. nail gun right here. This Craftsman nail gun's actually really good. 18 gauge for being a battery powered Chinese piece of crap. It's pretty damn good. That's my battery charger back there. I just put it in. I got like 3 or 4, I got 3 chargers in this thing set up with a cord coming out the back for my Milwaukee and Craftsman stuff. That sits there. Take that out. This drawer in here is just a catch-all drawer. I built this monster freaking drawer right here. And this has got painting crap on the one side. This is just a catch-all. I got my hot glue gun, flashlight, headlamp, zero clearance stuff for miter saws, or I guess you could put it on a table saw too if you wanted. It's just tape. You tape it right down. Wire nuts, electrician screws. That's got some band-aids in there. Hot hands for working in the cold winter dust mask. This I built here. It's a vintage style Carpenter toolbox. This is really my trim box. It's got everything I need for doing trim. I got the pinch dogs here, Collins pinch dogs. Got an old hand plane, some hammers. Got the chisels, trammel points, tape measure, little hand sanding disc. And then this is removable too, and I got mallets, drill bits down here. Anything you'd really need to do trim is in this thing, and it actually turned out pretty good. All hand cut dovetails. First time actually doing dovetails, and I think they turned out pretty damn good. Gotta have, this is just a cheap ass freaking Home Depot DeWalt Jap style saw, and I mean, it's good for doing quick cuts and whatnot. It's always good to have a handsaw. Snow brush, heat gun. Got the back saw down here, my miter box for doing, if I want to just really, I got to do a one little punchless trim piece that got missed or whatever, or they wanted to change something. That's really, one-time thing. Base shoe. I haven't cut crown molding in it. I don't feel I'd be too accurate with some crown molding. On the other side here, that's where my DeWalt chop saw goes. Sits right here. These are all the saw blades I carry. I got a table saw blade. I got a 10-inch rigid saw too that I sometimes take with me. Yeah, that's all the blades. That sits here, and then I built this little caddy up here to house just like paperwork and shit. I got some reference books down in here, some POs and whatnot. Little ghetto cup holder I made, because this thing, that's where a cup holder would be, but you can't get to that. So cup holder there, armrest there, and that's pretty much my work truck. I got some clamps hanging back there, as you can see. Yeah, that's my work truck. It's a 2001 Dodge Ram 5.9 1500 6.5 foot box, and I gotta say I'm pretty happy with the results of it. Thanks, guys.